Welcome to the channel. My name is Matthias. Today we're going to talk about X Factor Annual 3. It's part of the Evolutionary War crossover. And in this issue, we're going to get an epic battle between Apocalypse and the High Evolutionary. And it's pretty fascinating because both characters are obsessed with human evolution and how to make it progress. But the thing is that both characters have very different ideas in how to do this in the first place. Also, both characters view themselves as benevolent despots, that their end game is noble and good, but the thing is that they do have to get their hands dirty. So the story actually starts, we have the Purifiers who are working with the High Evolutionary, and their basic job is to purge any type of imperfection from humanity. The thing is that they are in Mole Man's subterranean realm, but Mole Man is not present. And they're going full, I'm not sure if I can use the word on YouTube because I used it once on another video on a totally different subject, not on comic books, and that video got 0 rotation. So the word would be G and it would end with side. The thing is that they're trying to purge all the Moloids, the Terranoids, the Lava Men, and any other subterranean being. And the ones that they don't finish off or take pity on, they basically make sure that they can't reproduce. They are mass sterilizing them too, so this is a really messed up story. Now what happens is one of these Moloids is struck by a laser beam. He screams out in pain. And we discover that he has some type of telepathic power, and it's really strong because he actually reaches out to almost all of the telepaths all across the world. So now everyone's immediately aware of this new telepath, especially 2 characters. Caliban, that at this moment he was a horseman of Apocalypse, informs his master of the situation. And Jean Grey of X Factor immediately informs her teammates, and they're going to go down to investigate. And the cool thing is that at first they thought they were dealing with something related to the Morlocks. And they start finding dead Moloids just piled up in the sewers. It's very gruesome. While Apocalypse, aware of everything that's going down with the High Evolutionary, decides to go and confront him. So what happens is we have X Factor finally getting down into the subterranean realm. They come across a situation with the Purifiers just killing off all the Moloids. And at first the Moloids attack X Factor because they do not know if they're friend or foe. So we have X Factor totally overwhelmed with the situation. They have like these hordes of Moloids coming at him, and also the Purifiers are trying to take him down too. But it doesn't take long for Jean Grey to realize who's the one responsible for that psychic scream, that it's a mutant Moloid. So she's able to get him on board, and the Moloids joins forces with X Factor to fight off the Purifiers. But the really interesting part of the story is that Apocalypse is able to teleport himself onto the High Evolutionary ship. It's really interesting because, as I mentioned previously, Apocalypse is aware of who the High Evolutionary is. But the High Evolutionary also knows who Apocalypse is. So at first, Herbert, that's the name of the High Evolutionary, tries to explain to Apocalypse what he's trying to do. And Apocalypse is pretty much disgusted with how the High Evolutionary is trying to fulfill his plan. That even though Apocalypse wants the survival of the fittest, he wants conflict, he wants both sides fighting. They need to be able to defend themselves. That through this conflict, we're going to get evolution. That this wholesale slaughter that the High Evolutionary is doing is just an aberration, that you just can't go and kill off people that can't defend themselves. So we get this awesome battle between the High Evolutionary and Apocalypse, and the High Evo is really powerful. The thing is that everything that the High Evolutionary throws at Apocalypse, or he develops a countermeasure to it, or he just shrugs it off. And it's super cool to see that Apocalypse also is crazy powerful, and you also sort of discover that he's always sort of holding back. He never shows off the true potential of his powers, and to the point that the High Evolutionary realizes that he's not going to be able to take down Apocalypse. He tries to make a run for it. He's actually even able to make himself invisible so Apocalypse can't follow him, but he sniffs him out, he captures him. He forcibly teleports the High Evolutionary to witness what was going down with the Purifiers and the Moloids. And Apocalypse is able to make his point with the High Evolutionary. He's like, look, you're killing off this whole species, and you had this mutant amongst them that has insane power, that these creatures have evolutionary potential, and that what he's doing is a crime. And Apocalypse makes his point so well that the High Evolutionary decides to teleport all the purifiers away to leave the Moloids alone. It's actually a pretty cool ending to the story. Later on with Apocalypse in a different crossover, we're going to get this same situation on a smaller scale when Loki tries to recruit Apocalypse into his acts of vengeance. And Insa actually overwhelms Loki with his powers, and Loki just decides to leave him alone, leave him out of the acts of vengeance. So we're going to leave this video here. I hope you guys liked it. See you guys next time. Bye.